Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Paranormal News Hour. This is your co-host, Tom Spitaleri. Angie is away tonight. She'll be back next month. It's been a very busy time of year for her. She's getting into her early busy season. So we're going to discuss an upcoming trip. We're also, besides being live here at the James R. Ross Memorial Studios in haunted downtown historic Lawrence, Massachusetts. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Essex County's page, my page, and a few other pages. So if you want to tune into those pages and shoot me some questions, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions in the comment section. So hope all is well. I do have some housekeeping, I guess they call it today, notes I want to discuss real quick here. We'll get back to the April 13th event in a few minutes, but April 19th, for you guys that got snowed in up in northern New Hampshire that are listening in, my friends up there, we're going to be in southern New Hampshire talking about Cryptids of the White Mountains. That's April 19th at 6:30. And I'll tell you the location in a minute. April 21st, Angie also wanted me to let you guys know that she's doing a spring cosmic psychic fair with some of the most well-known psychics in New England working her fair that day. The fair is free, but there is a moderate cost to have you for the readings, the cards, and everything else. And you can check that out at Awakening Moments on her Facebook page or on the Meetup group or at Awakening Moments or angiedanju.com. It looks like we're going out for some reason on one of these lines. I don't know why. So that's something else that's going on. The ghost hunts at Hilldale will be back. We have ghost hunts at a few different locations this year. We're working on a few things up in southern New Hampshire now as I'm speaking to you tonight. So we have that going on. But on April 13th, we're going to be going, and you got to sign up for this, so please just don't show up. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going to start, but I will tell you the time we got to meet, because it's an all-day event. We're going to the historic haunted Bridgewater Triangle. To investigate. Most likely it's going to be part of the Hockomock Swamp. I'm waiting on a phone call back, but we start at 7:30 in the morning, our leaving location, and I'm not even going to give that away, because in order for you to go, you have to sign up through Awakening Moments Center, and then it'll be an all-day event to the Bridgewater Triangle. And again, it's the Awakening Moments Center. That's where you would sign up. So hope, y'all sign up. The Awakening Moments Center is located at 126 Route 27, Raymond, New Hampshire. It is where it's called Freedom Park. It's right off the main road. You Google it, you'll get there. Use GPS. It might send you 3 different ways every time you go. Every time I go up there, it's find a new way there and a new way home. But let's get into the Bridgewater Triangle a little bit, and then we'll talk about some other exciting stuff, and just so people know what they're getting into tonight when they go and they want to sign up. And then we'll get back to these dates again at the end of the show. Hi, Mike. Hey, Caitlin. So the Bridgewater Triangle is about 200 square miles. And for you international people watching this show, we have international followers, 520 kilometers within southeastern Massachusetts in the United States. Claimed to be the site alleged paranormal phenomena ranging from UFO to poltergeist to spectral phenomena, Bigfoot, sightings, giant snakes, thunderbirds, you name it, they have it. The term is coined as, that was coined by New England cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman. And just so you know what's going on here, we're heading to the Hockomock Swamp. Now, the Hockomock Swamp, let's not just go hang out there, okay? It's not an easy place to find. You can find it. The Hockomock Swamp is a vast wetland in southeast. It's about 16 to 17,000 acres of land. So we're going in a safe location where we can walk in and walk out. And it's pretty much a straight walk. We've done it before. And it borders the Freetown State Forest. So I'm just waiting to make sure we have parking that day. That's why it's very important, if you do this, please sign up with Awakening Moments Angie Donju. So during the 17th century, the Hockomock Swamp was used as a fortress by the mighty Wampanoag Native Americans. That was predominantly the tribe of natives in that area against the invasion of early English settlers known as King Philip's War. That's what King Philip, or Metacom, operated out of. Metacom was his Native American name, and King Philip was what we called him as English. During the 18th and 19th century, Euro-American settlers had been deemed the swamp worthless, barren land, and attempted to drain it to convert it into more profitable farmlands. So this guy, a reverend, decided to come up with early way to drain the swamp, and he never did. Reason why you can't drain the Hockomock Swamp, it's real simple. It has underwater water channels bubbling up out of the ground, so you can drain it all you want. It's just going to keep going. So the name Hockomock is an Algonquin term meaning place where the spirits dwell. In addition to life-sustaining activities, much of the swamp served as dual purposes. Sacred location, burial ground, occasionally referred to as the Hobanauk. The Wampanoag worshipped and feared Hobanauk, or a.k.a. Hobbamock, Hobbamock, the chief deity of death and disease. Hobbamock composed of human souls of the dead and was known to congregate in areas around the Hockomock. These terms, Hockomock and Hobbamock, became interchangeable among the non-natives. So there have been Native American sites all over this area. It's a very wetlanded area, but where we're going in, the swamp surrounds this trail area. We're going to be walking down a trail. Now, the trail that I picked, if we can still do it, I'm waiting on a call, has a parking lot. You don't have to worry. We're going to take as least cars as we can down there because it's not an easy ride. It's about an hour and a half ride. So we leave our location in the area at 7:30 in the morning, and we come back probably around 6 o'clock, and we'll also, 6, 7 o'clock, we'll also stop and grab something to eat on the way back. And I don't mean McDonald's, I mean something substantial, because we're going to be out in that swamp all day long. There's at least 13 endangered plants in that area, including if you're in the plants, the long bulrush, ring bog hunter, dragonfly, gypsy wart, and the blanding turtle is also another animal that's in there. Rounded out, fruited false loosestrife, and bladderwort, blue spotted salamander, spotted turtles. Also, too, there are snakes down there, so we're not going to get away without seeing snakes, but we're going to go early enough where the bugs should be at a minimal, the snakes will be at a minimal, and thank God we've got rain this weekend and not snow like my friends up in New Hampshire received this past weekend. It was quite an interesting weekend up in New Hampshire for snow. So we're going to go in. The area is a hot spot. We have investigated this years ago, so we know what we're going into, this area. If we go into the other area, we did investigate that, but that's a little bit more rugged to get into. And like I said, you have to keep an eye on Awakening Moments. That's where you sign up. on the meetup page of Awakening Moments. All the information is there. It'll be a fun trip. Bring your paranormal stuff with you. Not a lot. Stuff that you would use at a house won't work outside, but we're going to bring some cameras, some video cameras, some recorders, an S-Box, and a few other things like that. So that would be definitely the one you want to come to. It's going to be a fun event. It really will be. I'm looking forward to it. I've been excited since Angie and I had discussed it. I know if Angie was here, she's very excited about it. But we will be there, and we're going to have a fun time. It's nothing else to look at. If we don't go to the swamp, we'll be heading into an area called the Freetown State Forest, which borders the area of the swamp. Let me pull up my file on Freetown. Back in the day, I still actually keep paper files, but the Freetown State Forest, there's something going on here. I don't know what. But the Freetown State Forest is another location where there's Bigfoot. Birdman. A lot of spirits. Something's not right here. I don't know what is going on. It's weird. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, the Freetown State Forest, commonly known as the Freetown State, it's the Freetown and Fall River State Forest. That covers 5,000 acres of land. And that goes around and through the swamp area. And this area, approximately 9 so this area here has had, there's 50 miles of unpaved roads through this thing, good for walking, hiking, biking, dog sledding, off-road vehicles, equestrian use. There's a picnic area, wading pond. But the forest is a fun day to spend with. But, there's been occult work done in this forest. Bigfoot sightings, Birdman, and it's just another area that's huge into this. The Freetown State Forest, it covers Freetown, Fall River, Lakeville, Bristol, Plymouth, Massachusetts. So it's a big area, and we're going to have fun that day. If we do end up going here, that's also an easy walk. And we did do this location, and we did get some questionable pictures of stuff lurking in the woods around us. There's a couple I can't get off of one of my binocular cameras. I can't find the wire, but I swear there was something pretty big watching us. And when I snapped the picture with the binocular cameras, I just can't find the wire to download it. Also, this area here for you Laurentians, people in the Merrimack River Valley, November 1978, there was a body found of a 15-year-old cheerleader abducted from Raynham, Mass. It was discovered she was tied to a tree in the state forest, and James Cater of Brockton, who was previously from the Merrimack Valley, was convicted of kidnapping in 1967, of Arundel in 1979. The Mass Supreme Court overturned the verdict. He was convicted again in 1986. The verdict was once again overturned. He was retried in 1992. That attempt ended in a mistrial. So that's what we stand with those. But that's another interesting story. So it adds not only the satanic cult stuff, but it adds more energy, maybe negative energy. But there are Native American spirits, Bigfoot down there. Pendulum work, if you're into that. Any of the two locations being picked will have plenty of that to do. So it should be a fun time. I'm actually looking forward to this, location and stuff to do that day. It's going to be fun, in my opinion. A lot of fun. And again, that's April 13th. We'll be leaving from 7:30, but I can't say where. I'd like to say where, but you have to sign up. You really have to sign up on April 13th through Awakening Moments. Also through Awakening Moments on April 19th, we'll be doing a paranormal night. Just quickly going back through this real quick. That paranormal night will include a talk on Bigfoot and other cryptid creatures in the North Country that, as we know, the top country literally just got slammed with snow. And it got hit very hard, actually. Very, very hard up there this past weekend. And then on April 21st, at Angie, who will be back next month, she'll be back co-hosting, will be the Spinning Cosmic Psychic Fair, April 21st. That is free, but the readers are charging. She's got some of the well-known psychics in the area that night, so go on down, enjoy. It's a fun night. All her psychic fairs have been fun. And that's located at 126 Route 27, Raymond, New Hampshire. I forgot what time it starts, but that is a Sunday, I believe, April 21st. I didn't write down the start time, but that's on me. But if you go to her Awakening Moments site, you'll see it, what time it's supposed to start at. So again, we're having a lot of fun tonight, discussing odd things. Even though we won't be hitting that this time around, I want to talk about some of the other things going on in this area that had been seen, in Freetown and the swamp. So when we go down there, make sure you bring your binoculars with you, your cameras with you. It's going to be a fun trip. It really is going to be a blast. There's UFOs, balls of light that have been seen. We'll be down there in broad daylight, so that might be a little harder to see. Paranormal humanoids, including Bigfoot, ghosts, poltergeist, and shadow people. Shadow people you can see during the daytime. Hi, Pat. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Eva. Hi, Christy. Hi, Mike. And hi, Caitlin. So everybody's on tonight. Thunderbird sightings, giant birds, like flying creatures, wingspans up to 12 feet, claimed to have been seen in the swamp and near Taunton and Easton, including a report by a Norton police sergeant, Thomas Downey. And it's also in Lauren Coleman's book, One Over, let me get this straight because it's changed names a million times. I believe at that time it was Ben Schaefer Stadium. Today we know it as Foxborough Stadium, home of the New England Patriots. But to be historically accurate, it was the late 70s, early 80s, and I believe it was still Ben Schaefer Stadium where it was seen flying over. There's a picture in his Mysterious America book, actually. Cult activity from butchered cows to mutilated animals and sacrificial rites, rituals. So it's quite an interesting place of negative activity, too. Of course, there's Native American curses, because this land was taken from the Native Americans by the colonial settlers. A revered object of the Wampanoag people, the belt known as the Wampod Belt, was lost during King Philip's War. Legend says that the area owes its paranormal unrest to the fact that the belt was lost by Native people. Then, of course, you have my favorite things that hang out there, too, and I always kill the name of this one, but Pukwudgie. Pukwudgie is a human-like creature of the Wampanoag folklore found in Delaware, Prince Edward Island, and parts of Indiana and Massachusetts. Sometimes said to be 3 feet in height, with nice pointy noses and everything else. They're also known as other things, drumkeep, some of the other cultural stuff that took place in the Algonquin tribes. So, but you don't want to run into these things because they'll pretend they're your friend and you end up getting hurt. We actually had a case in Amesbury where there was a Pudgewucky that had to be sent home. But that was quite interesting. My friend Maureen Wood, who was at the time with my other friend Ron Kolick at New England Ghost Project, you could actually see her online channeling a Pudgewucky. I always wanted to do that, but I was able to get rid of the one in Amesbury without a full channel, because that's just the best way to get rid of some of these things. Not everybody agrees, but when you have these things hurting you or harassing your home or harassing the people who live there, it becomes a whole different ball of wax. And some people can't learn to live with these things. They just want them gone. I would not suggest doing that yourself. So you got a few people watching, that's good. So they're about 3 feet tall, pointy ears, very mischief. They'll talk friendly to you, and then they'll make you fall off a cliff. So they're not really that friendly. So if you're down there, I mean, I've never seen one down there. Like I said, the one I saw was actually up here in the Merrimack River Valley in the small town of Amesbury, Massachusetts. So that's something to look forward to. Maybe we could catch one of those. That would be great, but we'll see. The local, so they're also known as the little people and dangerous tricksters of the area. So you never know what we're going to find down there. I know when we went down there the last time in both locations, we had tree knocks back, and we had some answers from whoops. We're hoping that Dave McCullough will be joining us, and I have another call out to somebody else that hopefully will be joining us that day too. But we'll see as the day goes on. But Thunderbird sightings, the humanoids, the shadow people, they've all been seen in this area. It's a very interesting area. And then, of course, we have Profile Rock, another location in the area, also known as Old Man Joshua Mountain. Been there before. The energy is incredible. It's 50 feet high, the rock formation located in the image of Chief Massasoit. The Wampanoags occupied this region of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, bounded by the Narragansett Bay to the west, the Atlantic Ocean to the east, and Chief Massasoit was a close friend of the early Pilgrim settlers. Joshua Mountain was named after Joshua Tisdale, who was the first settled near the site. It was privately owned for several years by the former Freetown selectman Ben Evans, who sold the property to Commonwealth of Massachusetts to be used as a state park tourist attraction. And in recent years, it's been the site of vandalism and graffiti like everything else. You have something good going on. You have young children going out there and defacing, public property and hurting it for everybody else. But this area, Profile Rock, been there, very active, extremely active. The energy is pretty powerful off that rock. And like I said, we won't be going this time, but maybe another time we will hit Profile Rock. The park has been closed. What's this? Hold on a minute. Okay, state forest officials have officially closed the park until further notice due to the unsafe environment. The public is encouraged to stay away from the area, but you can still get inside the park, but inside it's still a mess. So it's been a while since, I guess they closed that back in probably around 2020 or 2019. They damaged the face of the rock. Was broken off. That's sad. That really is sad. I'm hoping whoever spirits roam that land has a little bit to say about that. Then there's Solitude Stone. I've never been to this one, but I know investigators that have. It's inscribed stone near the Forest Street in West Bridgewater, which was found near a missing person's body, also known as Suicide Stone. The rock was found with the inscription, "All ye who in the future days walk by Nakasessa's stream love not him, or hummed his lay cheerful to parting beam, but the beauty that he wooed." That's very interesting. I don't know much about that area, but if it's inside the triangle, the energy must be pretty exciting in there too. Then you got the old Taunton Hospital, Bridgewater State University. I've heard many things about that. UFOs, those are constantly being reported. In fact, if we get on the UFOs real quick, one of the ufologists that works with Essex County Ghost Project has seen many UFOs in the Sandown Triangle. I get constant reporting of that every day from one gentleman. He does a great job with his research. It's also got some possibly Bigfoot locations. This is the place I'll be taking Dave McCullough with us to go check that out. But it's a Bigfoot location up there and a few other things. Hey, Matt, thanks for tuning in. So we'll see where this all goes. But again, it's going to be a great day. We'll have a lot of fun. I hope you guys do sign up, because everybody that went years ago had a blast. And then we go over dinner time, we find a nice, decent restaurant, and we sit and we chat about the stuff that we found that day. Everybody will stay together. There'll be psychics, there'll be investigators. We will have some extra cameras with us, video cameras. We'll be bringing a lot of video cameras with us that day, but we'll have some extra video cameras. And for you people who have been tuning in, I've only done one show, but I am going back. It's been a very hectic couple weekends here at the studio, but ECGP Live will be back. I know you guys watch that on my phone, so I know you're excited about that. Whoops. I got everything all messed up over here. Oops. Okay, hold on one second. I got to bring everything back because I don't know what I'm doing with half this stuff. The technological end of some of this stuff is really interesting, let me tell you. It's also known as, I forgot about this too. This area is also known as Lovecraft Country. They actually filmed Lovecraft, the series out there. If you're not familiar with Lovecraft, Howard Philip Lovecraft was a horror writer back around the turn of the century, and the guy that created the tryouts, Charles W. Tryout Spitz, buried here in Haverhill, right here in the haunted Merrimack River Valley, here in Haverhill, Massachusetts, at Haunted Hilldale Cemetery. So that's a fun place to check out too. So that's just something else to look forward to. So yeah, it's called it's part of Lovecraft Country. Because you don't go too far out of the Bridgewater Triangle, you're in Rhode Island, and of course, Lovecraft's spirit roams in Rhode Island at the old observatory, because Lovecraft was an amateur astronomer. When it comes to astronomy, though, space and time and the paranormal, I know a lot about the astrological stuff, so we're not going to go into that. Check out another show on astrology here. Check it out on our website. It's a pretty cool show. But when you think about the energy fields in these areas and what causes them, what brings it, you tear a building down, you think the spirit's gone. It's not gone. It moves on to something else or stays in the new structure. What is demonic? What is nice? I have this conversation with people all the time. You can be a spirit that lived 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago. There was gnarly in life. But they're not demonic. Then on the other hand, you have spirits like we had a couple cases over the last 2 years where a child, and that's all I'm going to say, a child wanted to hurt the parents under the spell of this spirit. We're able to get rid of both those bad spirits. They're both gone, thank God. I believe one of the two families moved out, but I told one of them, if this works, just leave it alone, and it worked, and they've left it alone. I check on them, and that spirit's gone. It's not controlling the niece or the nephew anymore. Thank God. Ouch. So that's some more good news that has taken place lately. But we did get rid of the spirits out of both those houses that were making the young people wanting to hurt the older people in the house. So, that's just some of the stuff that we do going on right now in the world of the paranormal. And we're getting ready for a busy season. There's a lot of great events coming up. Just keep an eye on our Facebook page. Even for my co-host who's not here, she has a summer full of events. So just way too many to start posting. But check out her page. And they'll tell you all about what's going on. If you have any questions you want to shoot me, you're more than welcome to shoot me online. We'll answer the questions. I'm just looking for something right now. There was another thing seen recently, which I thought was real interesting. As you heard from other shows that you have seen me on, they've had cameras set up at the big pond in where the Loch Ness Monster is. And there's been video footage coming out of Loch Ness now for a little while. And I'm very excited to see that. It's very exciting. And what's coming out of there. Because you don't really think about it. You really don't. And then, of course, we just had St. Paddy's Day, and we got Easter coming. And so it's another time in Easter. It's another one of those holidays where you lose a family member. Easter's always going to be remembered. And there's plenty of Easter to go around this year with everything that has happened, all the tragedies that have happened, and etc. But you can make it there and try to be supportive of the family to make sure that everybody has a great Easter. That's what I'd like everybody to see, a great Easter. Enjoy it with the family. Keep safe, stay strong. And we'll move on from Easter. It is my favorite holiday, one of my favorite holidays of the year. Probably the only one that would top that would be, I hate to say it, guys, FCC may not be too fond of it, but they can take this down if they'd like to. My favorite holiday is actually voting. That's my favorite holiday, but we will go with Easter next. And we'll have some fun with that. But yeah, check out the Facebook pages and what's going on Facebook, on Our Pain, and any of those pages. We do have some other stuff coming up real soon. I'm just checking. I got a message this morning that even though it was, I got to find it. I got a message early this morning from somebody that swear they actually saw a Bigfoot because of all the snow up north. I mean, I would think by now they're all away. You know, even when I see what goes on out there and everything that has gone on out there, it gets real interesting. It really has. Some of the stuff going on with Bigfoot recently. There's been some sightings again back in the Triangle. There's been some sightings up in the Ossipee Triangle. Thanks, Kelly and Pat, for tuning in. So that's always fun when you have more Bigfoot sightings. And, of course, they just got between 16 inches and 2 feet of snow. So there'll be probably a lot of people tracking. If any of my friends or anybody listening on the international worldwide track the Bigfoot, I chime in. Either message me or shoot me a message on my cell phone. That's fine. Because the other thing, the system is picking things up. If you want to know what to do with my cell phone, just give me a call. I mean, not give me a call. Message me and I'll send you a number to call me at. Sorry. And we'll see where we go from here. But it's going to be interesting in the North Country to see how many Bigfoot and how many other creatures are out roaming now that spring has sort of sprung. The bears are out getting their food and everything else. What the super highways of the woods are going to look like over the next couple days. I'm actually looking forward to that. More breaking news. Oh, this came out. No, not quite breaking. It just came over my feed. Someone sent it to me. But the second annual Goat Man Festival vendor space is now available. It's up in Vermont. And it's free to the public. Depending on, where you want to go in this Goat Man thing, you'll get in for free. There's certain things you can't, but some of it you can, which I'm very excited. I like when fairs do that. They make some stuff free and other things, well, you got to pay for it. So, it's been a very exciting ride this year. It's been up and down, I will say. We get a message over here? Nope. It has been very up and down. But we continue to push forward. We'll see where this goes. Every third Friday of the month from now until probably November. October will probably be the last one. I'll be at 126 Route 27, Raymond, New Hampshire, doing paranormal talks. We have some of our bigger events are coming back this year. I'm very excited about it, though. I'm just looking for something else. Oh, here we go. We'll be coming back pretty strong. There's still a lot of events being booked, library talks throughout Essex County. So we should have some fun with that. And then we'll have stuff going on down the Bridgewater Triangle, the Salem-Wyndham-Derry Triangle. So we have stuff going on. And before I continue on what's this? Yep, a new picture of the Loch Ness, most compelling evidence yet. Wow. Yep, they found this, just came over. Someone just sent this to me. They actually got the most compelling evidence of, not Bigfoot, sorry, of Loch Ness. Because as you know, they have the cameras on Loch Ness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's pretty much where we stand with that stuff. Oh. These are always fun to see. It's not really paranormal, but it is newsworthy. They've discovered a giant dolphin that thought to be extinct 16 million years ago. They found a skull in Peru. That's always fun because if you can carbon date the skeleton, then you know if that thing was a fresh kill or it's been there for however long it's supposed to be there for, 11 million years ago. These pop up all over the place. They came out with this a couple days ago, but they finally made press worthy, but they have seen Native American carvings, found another stone with Native American carvings in Jalapo State Park, which is out in the Midwest. But you can find those in any cave around here. Go up to the Ossipee Triangle, you'll see pictures of Bigfoot and UFOs flying in and out of the little Ossipee River, if you know where you're looking. So, and that'll be fun to do. So that's even more interesting. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag a little bit. I was going to try to bring somebody else in, but they got busy tonight. So we'll bring her on for another show. But I have actually been doing a lot of research up north, and I find it interesting that you have animals smaller than Bigfoot with a different name on it, which is fine. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Hold on a minute. Let's leave the area real quick. Holy God. Doesn't tell you how big it is, though. This is interesting, folks. Okay. The Yakima spirit, where the Yakima was just seen. This thing, known as the Yakima, a mythical giant snake that holds prominent place in the folklore of various Amazonian cultures. Someone actually saw this thing, believe it or not. This thing looks huge and scary. It's probably a good 15, 20 plus feet big. But yeah, I just found that to be real interesting that this thing finally showed itself. But they're doing a lot of work out in the Amazon forest, so there's a lot of things starting to show itself. So we'll see what happens there. There was actually, I'm having an issue right now. There is something going on around me, which is fun. One of the spirits in the building is getting a little restless. Very restless, I should say. The little kid is starting to act up again. So I'm trying to keep him at bay right now, because I am actually alone in the building. They also have, okay. They have located a giant skeleton. Since the first photograph discovered skeletons of giants, civilization, and Neanderthal-type humans inhabited the Earth before the division of the mainland. DNA and mitochondrial analysis allowed genetic sequences of giant bear more similarities to modern humans than the chimpanzee. If a study of samples sent to Alvarez to several leading European universities. So this goes to prove that giants did exist. They actually found these skeletons. This was sent out just recently, March. So that's something to check out, folks. And another sighting of Loch Ness. Cheek Kelly on YouTube spotted Loch Ness. This was posted 3 days ago. So Loch Ness is still being seen. I did get a call about the Ossipee Triangle about 2 weeks ago from a friend of mine up there that told me there were loud wood knocks in the woods right off of 16, right on the, it's not even Ossipee, but it's close to the Mount Chicora, where the local people hang out. There's a local park right there. It says big sign for local residents only. There's some wood knocks in that area. I did get a call. It'd be fun to drive up there now if they got snow up there to go see if there's anything in the area for Bigfoot tracks. But they got wood knocks, and then last 2 days ago was a storm. Saturday morning I got a text message that somebody on Thursday had seen a UFO hovering over Lake Chicora. So again, it's been an easier call coming in from reliable sources. So I'm not that worried about the sources telling me they're wrong. That's for sure. I actually believe that they're right. And we'll go from there. What is this? I don't know what that is. That's a weird one. There's a what known as the Palom Park. The Palom Park was a group of upright canaries. Okay. Someone just 5 days ago, sketches showed up of a group of 5 upright canines, also known as dogmen, that were seen in the Palmari, Maine. Not 5 days ago, but they held on to these drawings of these creatures outside their home back in 2007. They immediately called 911 and were told to stay inside the house. They did not sleep the night and kept looking out the windows, only to be met by 5 pairs of glowing yellow eyes. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I want to I feel bad if the police didn't show up, but they did show up. And yes, there have been dogman sightings all over Maine and New Hampshire, which is pretty cool. You don't see them that often around here, but when they do show up, they do show up. Be interesting to see where they go, because most animals like that would come and go, but it'd be interesting to see where they actually, their habitat that they live in, not just being out in the woods, where they slept. All right. That's another interesting fact that we picked up tonight. I was hoping a couple people would have called in tonight on my phone, but they didn't, so that's all right. What's this? Oh, okay. That has nothing to do with that. It's going to get real interesting in this area coming real soon in the paranormal realm. As we know, and we've discussed this before on this show, the veil is no longer around. Some people believe it's still there, others don't, which is fine. To each their own, and I respect everybody's decision on this. But the veil itself is it's either real thin, if you believe it's thin, or it's dead, like I believe it's non-existent. And there's going to be a lot of things being seen in the Bridgewater Triangle, the Ossipee Triangle, the Salem Triangle, the Salem-Wyndham-Derry Triangle, that is. So if you're living in those areas, keep your eyes out. And if you see anything, pick up the phone and give us a call, because we're mapping out at that area pretty thoroughly at this point. And I'll be more than happy if you want us to come up and check it out. We'll investigate it, but if not, we'll at least put it on the map as an area sighting of something, so we could try to find out what is going on in these mysterious areas of this state and other states around here. Because the Salem-Wyndham-Derry Triangle is literally in my backyard. I live in Methuen, and I'm not that far from the line. So, I mean, I look interesting into that stuff. I've done a lot of research, and I like working with people who do research on things. So if you find anything else about it, let us know, so then we can go down there and try to find some more reasons why, what's going on out there. And if you live in the North Country, check your yard with 18 to 24 inches of snow and see if there's not any odd prints, because there's a lot of creatures that roam those northern woods, and this would be the time of year to catch them. So let me know, too, if you feel like you think you have stuff going on. I'll be more than happy to come up with the group and investigate all your interesting things. Interesting species that you see, shadow figures. So just keep an eye out for things, because you will see things going on. There's different events going on. We have some big events coming up real soon. We'll be at Haunted Hilldale in a couple weeks again. I just don't know what day yet, but we'll be there. And we'll go from there. And hope we end up finding the truth about Haunted Hilldale. That's what we go out there to do, is find the truth about everything. What is out there, why it's out there, who's watching us, and what type of people and what type of creatures are watching us. Because as I learned, there's not just Bigfoot. There are other creatures out in the woods. There's many, many creatures, and I'm not going to give this talk away, but there are many creatures in northern New Hampshire that are watching us everywhere we go, here in southern Massachusetts. It's really interesting to see where some of these things are coming from and why. And that's what you try to find out, is the wheres and the whys. Yes, when you have a house that's haunted, your goal is to help the people in the house, no matter what it takes to help those people. I'm also willing to go the extra mile to help our clients out if need be. Sometimes that doesn't work out, and sometimes it does. But going the extra mile does have its ups and downs. What else is going on out there tonight? Anybody see anything in their backyards? All my friends from Maine and New Hampshire that are on tonight. If see anything in your backyard, let me know. If you don't want to be known on this thing, just hit your private message me later on and I'll see it. And we'll go from there. I hope to see, the last time we were down there, let me go back to Bigfoot real quick in Bridgewater. The last time we were down there, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we did get wood knocks back. So I'm hoping this time down there we either get wood knocks or yelps back. And again, that is April 13th. April 19th, Paranormal Night, and that's going to include the Cryptids of New Hampshire. And then April 21st is going to be the Spring Cosmic Psychic Fair on address 126 Route 27, Raymond, New Hampshire. But if you want more information on all of these, and go to the Awakening Moments site where you can actually sign up for the Paranormal Night so we know how many people are coming. The Bridgewater Triangle is a must. Paranormal Night, not so a must, but the Bridgewater Triangle is definitely a must. And so Angie knows what's going on. If you go into the Cosmic Psychic Fair with a lineup of some great psychics, please, please, I repeat, please sign up for that so she knows you're coming. And if you go to Angie Donju, you will actually see her sign-up page for that. I think it's very important that we actually that you sign up for this, because they need to know, the psychics need to know, and if you don't want to overwhelm psychics, because that's easy to do. So they need to get more in. They need to get more in. So just please double check everything, and it'll be a great time. I can guarantee you that when Angie does a great job when she does things. Always has. Known Angie a long time. Oh, what's this? We'll save that for another show. You got Qatar, Devil. That sounds interesting. I might want to bring in somebody who specializes in that devil stuff and talk about that. That might be a show coming up real soon. But, it was a great show tonight. I was a little off without Angie here, but we did it. We got through the show. We talked about a lot of different things. We had a lot of people watching from home and enjoying the show. So keep abreast, keep everything going, keep checking your backyards, your front yards, your side yards, your woods, the sky. There's a lot of things happening out there, and we need to keep a record of this. A journal. If you don't want me, and you know anybody coming to your house, just send me the copies of the journals, and I will add them into the mystifying files that I already have on certain areas. But I'm really looking forward to this tonight on seeing what we got and what will come out of this. The UFOs, the Bigfoots, the ghosts, and a lot of other things. Lake monsters all over New England. I mean, I did a show about lake monsters once before. So you see something on the lakes as you're getting ready to springtime to enjoy it. Check that out, because it's another way of doing things. And it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of your stuff. Ossipee Triangle, I could probably going to do a whole show on that coming up. It's actually more intriguing than the Bridgewater Triangle. And I've done a lot of work on that angle, a lot of work. Probably more than in the Bridgewater area, but it's fun. All this stuff is fun. The importance of it, though, for future references down the roads and helping people out down the road, what we start today will end tomorrow and help people of tomorrow find the answers. And you always look to the stars to find those answers. The stars will guide you to those answers. And that's where we stay for today. Remember, always look to the stars, always look there for the answers. The answers are right in front of us. Sometimes we need people to bring us those answers, but they are literally right in front of us. And I'm very excited about it. I really am excited about this and some of the new work that's going to be done. We're teamed up with another group, and on Saturdays we do a podcast. So there are a lot of great things coming up. The podcast is on speaker. It's the Paranormal Zone. It's all over the world now. As of, I believe it was today, everything got worked out. We had some early issues with that, but it's all a learning curve. It's just like everything else we do in life. Life is a learning curve. And remember, look to the stars. They'll tell you where the answers are in the paranormal and what goes on in the paranormal. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Angie will be back next month. We'll cover another exciting cover. And I will see you in the paranormal. This is the Crypt Keeper signing off. Good night, everybody.